Big brown bag. I don't know where I'm getting this from. What's going on, guys? King Shrats here, back in the video on the channel. And in this bag is one of my favorite hot chicken places. I think it's like my third or fourth time doing this on this channel, and it's not going to be the last. I just left the movies. I saw a movie called The Last Voyage of the Demeter, which I'll talk about a little bit. It's like a Dracula type of horror movie, but kind of cool, nice to see. But we went to Fluffies Hot Chicken. Where's I put a menu in here? Yes, I did. Fluffies Hot Chicken and Frankie Rolls. There's a bunch of times here. It's located in Hackensack, New Jersey. Rave reviews, if you don't know, it pulled itself from the gulag of my own idea as a food blogger, because I hated it the first time. I really didn't like it at all. And somehow I have this thing called Last Chance, where I give places a last chance. And when I gave this place a last chance, it ended up being so damn good that I've gone back like 6 times now. Whole full thing. No joke. It's all been documented. But let me pull all this stuff out of here and let's go through what we got on this wonderful, wonderful menu. First, we're going to start off with a butter chicken sandwich. I got inspired by this because I think it's I think it's Burger King, but it's in Canada that has a butter chicken sandwich, because they don't want to put stuff like that in the U.S. God forbid they had something with flavor on it. So I wanted to try that. That's the first thing I ever got from here, and I hated it, and I haven't gotten it since. No joke. Then we got some mango habanero wings. I've only had their wings once, and I wanted to try them bad boys again. So we got some mango habanero wings. And we also got their filled bowl, which, guys, basmati rice, coleslaw, and their Nashville hot chicken. I'm just going to transfer this because we all know how wonderful the white balance is on these mirrorless cameras. So I'm going to get as least as possible on here. Everybody loves to use white Tupperware and all this kind of stuff. So we're going to do as little as possible. Also, last, of course, I'm never not going to get this. This is the filled mac and cheese, my favorite thing on the menu. I believe it's the #1 most ordered thing on the menu. I probably has something to do with that. I was in there, and it was a decent amount of people. 2 people said that they went there the first time because of my review. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you if you are watching this. Stuff like that, I love seeing people go to small businesses because I might have liked something. And one dude said that he spent like $300 in there since you saw my video for the first time. But this is their filled mac and cheese bowl. And when I tell you this thing bangs, it bangs. Drop a thumbs up. I'm not going to hold y'all. Also got my AMC. Boom. Let's get into it. Plastic utensils. You already know how I get down. I'm starting with, I've never had the wings before. Let's start with the wings. I've never had the wings before. This is mango habanero. They said it takes 20 minutes to make. They said, do you mind waiting? I just looked at her with the straightest of all faces and went, yes, I'm okay. I'm good. I walked over and got to 7-Eleven. There's 7-Eleven nearby. Nothing new to review, but here we go. Got some mango habanero wings. Where you go? What kind of drip was that? Was that a breading drip or what? It doesn't matter. There's no one over there. Stop asking me. My computer is literally right there. I don't know what I look at. When I think, I just look. Don't ask me. Like, you want weird eye contact, we can do that to look. Is that better? I can't help it. I look to my left. When I look to my left, it means I'm thinking. FYI. That's a good wing. It's a strange wing, but it's a good one. When I say strange, let me break this down for you. Okay, so it has sauce on it, but it's like you can't see the sauce, but it is on there. Definitely more of a fresh mango and a habanero on this. It doesn't taste like it comes from a bottle. It has that nice kick that you get from like the habanero. Almost the seed aspect. So, pretty decent amount of bite. Not crazy hot, in my opinion. My spice tolerance is not the best, but it's definitely like upper mid-level for people who kind of give you a scale here. Now, they're also not a crispy wing. I prefer a crispy wing, but they do have a ton of flavor on them. So I'm not really mad at that. If you're not going to be crispy, you better taste good. And this does. Also a very meaty wing. So, overall, I would definitely get these again. 2 gripes. Full transparency. I actually know the people who run the place, have watched my videos before. $11 for 6 wings is crazy. I don't know what the profit margin is or how. It's a little crazy. I also would prefer if the wings were a little bit crispier. But the flavor is on point. Those are just minor tweaks that you can make. Again, I'm not the taste bud god over here, so I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, yeah, you got it. But for me, that is more what I would look for if you're asking me where I would rank this. So I would give this an 8.5 out of 10. The flavor is so on point and it's super juicy. It just needs a couple of tweaks, in my opinion. Again, I'm not the end-all be-all. Next up, we are going to do the butter chicken sandwich. As I said before, when I first ordered Fluffies, this was one of the 3 things that I got, and I couldn't stand it. Since then, I have noticed that the chicken is a lot bigger than it was the first time, and it looks a lot better cooked. It has butter chicken, obviously, on their brioche, and they give you 2 tenders on you, so you have to be careful when you pick it up. But it also has pepper jack and caramelized onions, which is a different kind of vibe. But I hope this is a lot better than the first time, because I'm a fan of this place now. Don't let me down. Yeah, light yours. Ooh. Oh, wow. Oh. Hey, now. I just use every verb that I said every verb, bro. Listen. Hold on a second. That's fire. That is fire. One more time. That is fire. You can get up to blistering hot. I got medium. Usually my wheelhouse is medium to hot. Oh, this is Diet Grape Sprite Zero Sugar. Diet Grape Sprite Zero Sugar. Sprite Grape Zero Sugar. I don't need the diet on there. The caramelized onions get that little bit of sweet to go with that butter chicken heat. Then you start getting a little bit of that pepper jack for that cheesy flavor, but also adds a spicy element to it. Again, I don't like doing this, but if I do, there's a reason. So you can see how white the white meat is and how juicy it's going. Man, wow. First time I ordered that chicken was $16 a sandwich. It's $12 now. That's a $12 sandwich. No problem with the price on that one. That's fire. Love the spice level. Love the flavor on the butter chicken. You can see I've eaten half of it already. That's really damn good. I know it's going to be better than Burger King's, bro. I might like that one more than the Nashville hot chicken sandwich that I usually get. Ooh, that's good, man. 9.4 out of 10. I love this sandwich. It's fire. Is it time? It's time. We got the filled mac and cheese. This is my favorite thing on their menu. It is pretty self-explanatory, but what you've got here is their mac and cheese, right? So on the bottom, and then you have their Nashville hot chicken with their fluffy sauce. That's all it is. Heat level, again, I did medium. That's my wheelhouse for them. I've had them all the way up to blistering hot. Medium for me is just enough heat, but the flavor still comes through. And eating this much food, you'll be in the toilet for 6 days. So that's why. This hits different every time. Every time. I've broken this down like 6 times at this point because I get it every time. It's just going to be what it is. But, let me break it down again. First of all, they give you a ton of chicken when you go there, which always I'm a fan of. The spice level on their medium Nashville, as I said, is perfect for me. The mac and cheese for me is, what's the word? Creamier than like my baked mac and cheese that I prefer. But as far as a creamy mac and cheese goes, it is a very, very good mac and cheese. Nice and cheesy, almost like a bit of a cheese sauce. And they do add a little bit of spice to that. that you get that comes through with their fluffy sauce, which is this right here, which really just kicks it up a few notches because it's kind of sweet, very similar to like the Dave's sauce, and a lot of places serve this kind of like Nashville hot chicken sauce. Theirs is a little sweeter, but I actually think it's really good for when it goes with the hot. So you get like a little bit of sweet, a little bit of heat, and it every time. I'll easily house this whole thing. So dangerous, but so good. One more bite, one more bite. Make sure you get a little bit of that fluffy sauce on here. Boom, nice big bite. Boom. One more bite. It is one bite. But for me, one of my favorite things in this menu. One of my favorite Nashville hot chicken dishes at any place that I've been to. 9.6 out of 10. Still fire. Last, I've had this before too, but this is just their Nashville hot chicken rice bowl. You can get butter chicken or tandoori chicken, but since I love their Nashville hot chicken, I always tend to get way too much of it. It's not a complaint, it's just a statement. But it comes with coleslaw and pickles if you're crazy. But it's like a basmati rice. Right here. And I don't know when I became a fan of coleslaw. It was like maybe last year in my life. But I have a nice coleslaw too. I try to like stuff. New stuff. Stuff I haven't had before stuff. Coleslaw, along with guac, is part of my... I became a YouTuber, and I like food. But their basmati, super flavorful. You can tell the Indian background with it. That's more what it tastes like. But it's like a fusion. A little bit of fluffy sauce too. Of like two kinds of foods that I think are just elite. And I've noticed more and more places popping up that do like Nashville hot chicken that are also doing like, or have an Indian menu as well. And I'm here for it. Like, the more the merrier. Please. But any one of these meals is between, I've seen them as high as like 15 and as low as like 11, 12. And they will fill you up, one of these. So, I just love the amount of food that you get, how tasty that it is, and it's why I just keep coming back. And this right here is probably become my second favorite thing on the menu. It's just it's combination of foods and flavors that I just think is just a dub. So, this one as well, I give it 9.5 out of 10. All or medium, by the way. Anyway, before I get out of here, give you a quick little review of the movie I watched called The Last Voyage of the Demeter. It is a Dracula-esque kind of movie. It's literally taken from a chapter in the book of Dracula. So, it has a heavy Dracula theme. I think they do mention it in the movie, but more or less, it's a vampire movie that takes place in a ship. It's pretty straightforward. If you walk in with the expectation that you're going to watch like a horror movie that is more of like a vampire horror movie where people are getting picked off, because that's kind of what happens in all of these movies, then you will not be disappointed. I would think the movie is probably an average to decent movie. I would give it like a 3 out of 5 stars. I'm a person that goes to the movies once a week at this point. So, I don't think you need to waste your money on it. Just being real. But, let me waste mine. I thought it was good. I think the acting's decent. I think the villain, not my type of villain, but it's a vampire movie because it doesn't really talk. I don't like, excuse me. When I watch horror movies personally, I don't like villains that don't have a personality. It's a big reason why maybe some of you guys prefer Friday the 13th-esque type of movies. Halloween is another one that a lot of people like, that I'm more towards like the Freddy's, Jigsaw, Leprechaun. Yes, Leprechaun. and like that because they have a little more personality, and that's what I prefer. This movie is more of like a soul, you know, and that's not for me. It's more for other people, which I understand. But even with that, I knew that going into it. I wasn't expecting something like that. But it fits for what type of movie it is because it's very menacing and creepy. And a lot of people like that. I like it. I just prefer the other one. So, it's a nice watch, but my recommendation is to wait until it comes out on like a Netflix or whatever streaming services that it's available on. If you're a fan of those types of movies, I'm like, yeah, you can go watch it, but there's nothing about it that's rewriting anything. You know what I mean? It's what you see is what you get, kind of an expectation kind of thing. But I wanted to have some Fluffies. True story. For people who watch it, y'all are real ones. You, at this far, I was going to go to McDonald's again, but I couldn't bring myself to eat that twice in a day. I can't do it. So, given that it was already like 10:30, limited, I knew Fluffy was open, and I went to Fluffies. I flipped a coin, and the coin landed on Fluffies, and I happily went. So, I'll do the McDonald's thing in a day or two, and we'll try the peanut butter thing, but I couldn't go back to McDonald's for 2 days. I got to draw a line somewhere, so that's why I didn't. But I love y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming in, checking in. Hopefully, if you're around me, go ahead and, like, I would try this food out if I were you. A lot of people have gone. Again, I ran into a couple people today when I was standing in the restaurant. So, if I did see you, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your support. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be able to enjoy and do this kind of stuff. So, it's always something that I'm going to say repeatedly because it's still crazy. But I love y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. More content. The hand signs. They made it to YouTube.